wanted to take a moment of silence. We lost a great religious figure in our past, Pat Robertson. You guys, R.I.P. Pat Robertson. Rest in piss. Although Pat Robertson did recognize the strength of the gay and lesbian community. I mean, we were responsible for 9/11. And Hurricane Katrina, you know. But the truth is, I think the gays were really guilty about one particular grievous offense, and that is bringing back fucking low-waist jeans. I am built like a Bulgarian potato farmer. I'm not going back! I'm not doing it, you know? Like, the other thing is, like, you know, people, they think, you know, when you're gay, you just come out, like, one time. You issue a press release, you alert the peasantry, and then everybody knows. That's not how it works. You have to come out to all the different groups of people that you interact with, you know? I'm going to tell you about a time I came out in the most humiliating fashion to my aunt, my dear aunt and uncle from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. So I had this sexy apartment up at Yamashiro's with a jetliner view of LA, and they were coming to LA and from Minnesota, and I said, hey, you know what? You guys stay in my apartment, and I'll go stay with my friend, Susan, who I have been sleeping with for 2 years. And so, you know, everything, you know, got it all arranged, and they came over, they dropped off their bags. But what does one have to do in the 90s before your straight relatives come over? One has to de-gay the apartment, right? Take down all the pictures, you know, and all my Indigo Girls CDs. It was the 90s. My poster of Melissa Etheridge. My well-worn copy of Bound. If you know, you know. And let's see, what else did I put in that bag? A couple of handheld electronic devices. And some lesbian prosthetics. I'll let you think about that for a few minutes. So I got my bag. Aunt and uncle come over, grab the bag, head over to Santa Monica. There's a voicemail from my aunt. Oh, Mary, I think you picked up the wrong bag. I think you got my bag and I got your bag. Oh my God. I just started weeping. I'm weeping on the phone. And Susan's trying to make me feel better. She's like, oh, they're adults. It's fine. I'm like, no. You know, and my aunt and uncle had just opened up what is essentially my bag of dicks. Like, horrendous. And then try and spend 8 hours with 2 people at Disneyland that you cannot make eye contact with. And as a matter of fact, I have not made eye contact with them in 27 years. Oh my gosh. You know, I also have these 2 boys, and what's really weird is they're not very much alike. I got one kid, I call him my himbo. He's not a bimbo, he's a himbo. And he's up in Santa Barbara, he is living his best life. He joined a frat. Judging from his social media, he is majoring in pussy and cannabis studies. That's what makes the mom proud. He works so hard to pay his expenses. And, you know, and then I got this other kid, he's out in Pomona, he's in honors college, former editor of the Undergraduate Journal of Political Science. This young man sets the parking brake when the car is on a level surface. He's a dork. I had both of those human beings. They were extracted from my midsection 60 seconds apart in Santa Monica, California. And that is how you know astrology is bullshit. Okay? And you must appreciate how brave I am saying this in a room in Los Angeles, California. You know how seriously these bitches take this shit? I am constantly afraid some Stevie Nicks nice-looking asshole is going to club me in the head with a rose quartz after the show. All right, so true story time. Here we go. My partner and I, we went to this darling Italian restaurant out in Playa, owned by a friend of ours, a lesbian friend of ours. Walk in, Godfather music, checkered tablecloth, a whole lesbian mafia vibe. And so we get seated right at our table. We order a big plate of carpaccio because we love it. And I feel my phone vibrate. I do have children. If one of them has lost an appendage, I might skip tiramisu. You never know. So I'm like, what is it? My son, he's FaceTiming me. Never FaceTimes me. He's like, I'm going to talk to you. I'm like, whatever. So I get up and I go outside because I'm not a fucking hillbilly. And I take the call outside, and he's like, I hurt myself having sex. I'm laughing for the rest of my life. Okay, so this is like a gift from the comedy gods. So I hurt myself having sex. I'm like, what happened? He goes, I tore my foreskin. The first thing popped into my, I'm like, how much? How big a piece? Whatever. And he goes, like a puzzle piece. No! And I thought it was a puzzle of the United States, so I'm like, Texas or Rhode Island? How big? How big? And he goes, I don't know, just like a regular puzzle piece. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to eat that carpaccio back. Damn. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, what happened? He goes, I was with Barb. I'm like, Barb? What 21-year-old is named Barb? Is she a VFW cocktail waitress from Toledo? What are you doing with an old woman? Is that a description of the inside of her vagina? Like, stay the fuck away from Barb. So, and then I had to do what I can only describe as the most horrifying thing I've ever had to do in my life. As a lesbian and a mother, I had to ask my son to send me a dick pic. I didn't know, I'm a mommy, I have to look at the owie, it is in my job description. And I didn't know if you need to go to urgent care, whatever, you know what I mean? And so this is the funniest part. So he sends me this picture, and he has it wrapped like he's a Civil War amputee. It's like 14 yards of gauze, like around, So I'm like, all right, he hasn't bled through the dressing or anything. So I looked it up. Apparently, all you need to do is keep it clean, a little Neosporin, and there's a PSA for the uncut gems in the audience. So, a lot of the comics that came up here tonight, they have aspirations of becoming things like actors or singers or things like that. And that is something I never allow myself to indulge in. And I'll tell you why. I don't think there's a lot of casting directors out there going, bring me the next Asian Roseanne Barr. My husband never takes me anywhere. Ever. I'm a domestic goddess. My pronouns are kiss my ass. Their pronouns should be non-compos mentis for all those, anybody in here who knows Latin, that means batshit crazy, right? And, she scares me. Because I'm like, could I be like that? Like one minute I'm okay, and the next minute I'm like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, 2024. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is bananas, She said that you could get a butt plug or a dildo in CVS or Target. What? She said this at a Young Republicans function over the holidays. And I thought, weird how she's sharing her Christmas wish list with a group of strangers. But I wrote a little song, I'll do it really fast. Here we go. Woo! This is to Marjorie Taylor Greene. And it's sung to the tune of My Favorite Things. Okay? Here it goes. Butt plugs and dildos and lies that are fascist, grifters and dum-dums with senseless backlashes. Jewish space lasers, like that's not a thing. This is what matters to Marge's right wing. When the drag queens tell a story, Marjorie loses her shit. But then I remember that she is a twat, and